readers, I'm Jessie Quinn from Cup of Books, and this is a book haul video in honor of the We Need Diverse Books campaign. We Need Diverse Books is a social media campaign that aims to highlight the need for diversity in fiction. This campaign was inspired by recent articles noting the severe lack of diversity in kids fiction and young adults fiction, as well as what's been happening at BookCon. Personally, I feel that if I'm only reading books about white, straight, cis, able-bodied people, then I am limiting myself as a reader. But what's more important, if the majority of the books I read and review lack diverse storylines and diverse characters, then I am telling publishers that diversity in fiction doesn't matter. I am, in some way, limiting other readers, and that's not okay with me. Along with encouraging people to talk about why diversity in fiction matters, the We Need Diverse Books campaign is encouraging readers to diversify their shelves, to go out and support books that feature or are written by people of color, people who are in the LGBTQ community, people with disabilities, people from different class backgrounds, etc. Two of my reading goals this year have been to read more books written by authors of color and read more books by authors who are transgender, and as such, the books I have been picking up this year have reflected that. Before we start, I just want to say that no, I did not go on a massive shopping spree to film this video. Most of these books are books that I have purchased within the past 4 months. Some of these books I have already read and reviewed, and then some of them are still sitting on my unread shelf. Starting with Adaptation by Malinda Lo, this is a book that features a fairly diverse cast. It's also a sci-fi adventure story that has to do with Area 51 and aliens. Changers, Book 1, Drew by T. Cooper and Allison Glock-Cooper. This is a book about a teen who wakes up on the first day of high school, and despite the fact that the teen had spent most of his life as a boy, he wakes up and she is a girl. Part of the reason I picked this one up was because I found out that one of the authors actually identifies as trans. I Can't Think Straight by Sarif. Now this is a contemporary romance featuring two women who fall in love. There's Talia, a Palestinian whose family resides in Jordan and who has been staying in London. And then there's Layla, who is a British Indian woman who lives in England as well. It features characters from all different backgrounds, and there's a lot of interesting family dynamics and interesting cultural dynamics. Diverse Energies, which is a young adults anthology edited by Tobias S. Buckell and Joe Monti. This is a collection of various stories of speculative fiction that I believe take place after a sort of apocalypse, and it supposedly features a diverse cast as well as a diverse lineup in terms of the actual authors who have written stories for this. I haven't read this yet, but I'm extremely excited to get to it. If You Could Be Mine by Farizan. Now this is a book that takes place in contemporary Iran, and it's about two girls. When one of the girls, Sahar, decides to pursue sex reassignment surgery in order to make their relationship legal in the eyes of the law, she ends up meeting a lot of trans Iranian people and sort of gets a look at sort of the trans community in her country. Out by Natsuo Kirino. This is the only book that I bought used, as you can kind of tell by the yellowing pages. This is a crime thriller that is set in Japan. It's about 4 women who work at a lunch packaging factory, and when one of the women kills her husband, the other 3 end up getting involved in the murder. I'm hoping the ending is good, and you will hear more about this once I finish it. Redefining Realness, My Path to Womanhood, Identity, Love, and So Much More by Janet Mock. This is a memoir of trans activist Janet Mock telling her life story, particularly her childhood and her teenagehood growing up. I've already done a review on it. It is my favorite read of the year so far, and I highly, highly recommend it to everyone. And then finally, I picked up To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han for the Diversify Yourself initiative. Yes, I picked this book up for this campaign, although I will say that I've had my eye on this book for a while and I really just needed an excuse. It's about a girl who writes a bunch of letters to boys she's had crushes on or relationships with without ever intending to send them. She never thinks they're going to be sent. And then one day, they accidentally get put in the mail. If you have bought any interesting books in the past few weeks, let me know what they are in the comments below. And if you're participating in the We Need Diverse Books campaign, also let me know. If you've made a video or you've been tweeting or done some Tumblr posts, you know, link me to those and I will go check them out. Happy reading!